welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've been on, but I'm here and I'm ready to see what's going on in the collective. I don't have any particular downloads, so we're just gonna see what Spirit has to tell us. Thank you for being here with us, and I hope you enjoy the reading. Okay, let's see. Any Spirit and guides? What do you have for the collectives? Thank you. Okay, we got 2 cards, but I feel like we're gonna go with this card only to start with. I like how this one came out, because in when I was picking my crystals for the reading, you see all of them are blue, and then we have the blue card. I heard emotions, as well as the chakra, which could be which is your throat chakra, but I'm more feeling like emotions when I look at all this blue that's coming out. So let's see, where are we going to go to next? Let's go to the trigger cards, and I will timestamp when the actual reading begins, when I start breaking down the cards. Until that, I'm gonna just pull the cards and kind of meditate on them, and feel free to set your own intentions as you watch me shuffle. If you want to stay and watch me shuffle, set your own intentions for the reading. That way, when I do start breaking down the cards, you feel a little more personal to it, to the reading. Okay, I'm gonna start breaking down the cards at 6:23. So starting off, we have the Shamaka, which is the north. Shamaka, Russia, 76. In Siberian legend, Bear, son of the Supreme Being, was cradled in golden lights as he was lowered to earth, bringing knowledge of fire, of hunting with weapons, of honesty, and of justice. He was instructed never to attack humans, but he forgot, so man killed him, taking possession of the fire and weapons. Marking the cycle of life, Bear transitioned from sky to earth and back to the stars, where he became the Great Bear constellation. Once there was no distinction between people, animals, and birds. The shaman walked between the worlds and was able to shapeshift to become one with all life. Have you ever dreamed you could fly like a bird or swim like a fish? Are you drawn to the idea of shapeshifting? Study books about power animals and consider having a reading to identify your personal animal spirit guide. Explore the idea of past lives that may not be limited to human ones. You have so that you may connect fully to all you are and have been. Okay, so I believe we got this card once before in a reading. And I remember it had to do a lot with like the ancestors and connecting to who you are, and like it said in the passage, connecting to your animal spirits, right? I truly believe with all the transitionings happening today, yesterday happened, and then also what's coming up this month, we also have Pluto transformation on the board here. So I feel now is the time to really call in your spirit guides, not only your spirit guides, but your archangels, your angels, your ancestors. I feel like now is a time that the ones who assisted you in the previous chapter of life, they're kind of switching out, and then new ones are coming in. Because we have support here, right? With our trigger messages, we have support, purification, cleansing, and aligned, right? As I would usually read the message on these cards, just the words alone is kind of telling me what spirit is trying to get at. So like I said, cleansing, thanking our ancestors and all the guides who helped us in our previous chapter, and welcoming the new support that we have and getting aligned with them, right? Shift into your body and listen. Release the emotions you have been storing and move forward. Know that you are supported. Yes, so I definitely feel like that's a huge message here. Maybe some of us are having trouble switching out and maybe feeling a little disconnected from spirit because we have new guides coming in, but just allow it to happen, and whoever you're feeling connected to. So for me, for example, there was this person that I work with. Their name is Hanel, and I know that's an archangel, and I never really studied who that angel was pertaining to, like in the Bible and whatnot. But when I met this person, and it said, in my head I was like, oh, that's an angel's name. And then more and more, I don't know, the name just started coming to me. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should start looking into who this archangel is. And yeah, I definitely feel like that's a huge she is going to be a huge not mentor, but like, is gonna help me a lot through this new chapter in life. So we have creation, manifester, wisdom, metaverse, resurrection, and solo magic. And underneath the deck we had karma. So I decided to pull that. And we're gonna break this down a little bit more. But yeah, moving over to these cards. So we have, like I mentioned before, we have Pluto transformation on the board here, which Pluto will be making its transition into Aquarius on the 20th, I believe. So that's exciting, right before the new year, right? We have Gemini and Sagittarius. We have void, of course, moon missing, and the first house. And then we had Jupiter return come out as well. So seeing the Jupiter and Sagittarius here, Sagittarius says, I see Gemini, I think, and with Pluto transformation being the first one on the board here, I'm hearing you're transforming the way you think and the way you see things in life. And because of this new perspective, it's going to bring in a lot of benefits for the future, building your character, right? Void, of course, I always used to think this sounded so like airy kind of, but really and truly, when there's a void moon, it's just like it's like this empty spot that you could just throw in all your thoughts and the things you want to manifest, right, into that place, and kind of just let the universe take it. So I feel like that's what's kind of going on right now, is like you're creating something that's going to benefit your character in this new chapter of life. Something that's going to a new way of thinking that's gonna, I heard, blast you into the future. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's too many cards. Let's see. So we have the Knight here and full moon water. Which is fulfillment. Let's see what the Knight has to offer us this time. Okay, so we have the Knight here. which is funny because it's Cancer, and then we have full moon in the water sign, and I'm getting like a Cancer vibe from this. So let's see. Pluto signifies transformation and immense. Look at this. Just so you know, I'm not even like lying right here, starting from this side. Pluto signifies transformation and immense power, while the kind of sympathetic nature of the moon is nurturing and protective. When these two planets combine in water sign of Cancer, they denote the enormous protective power of a mother animal guarding her young. The great power of Pluto gives strength to the gentle emotional moon, who is able to express her nature easily to Cancer as it is her own sign. This card expresses the need to, if necessary, take up arms in defense of someone less able to care for themselves. If you draw this card, you will care deeply about the people and ideals that are close to your heart. This is a heroic mansion. Instinctive protection is like the role of this card. So when I was reading that, I heard again, going back because it mentioned a great animal protecting her young, right? And again, once again, we were talking about spirit animals, and we have the shamanism here. So definitely take a look into who's going to be protecting you, what spirit animal is going to be protecting you, and also your higher spirit guides, you know, that are going to be protecting you during this time. And also what else I heard was, you know, we had the full moon yesterday. We had the transition out of Aquarius into Pisces, and it mentioned, you know, the Pluto giving the moon the strength that it needs, and I feel like vice versa with us here on Earth, feeling the transitionings of Pluto coming up soon. It's already, you're already starting to feel that emotion moving away from what's been the past 20 something years, moving forward into something new, as well as just like a higher vibration. And but with the moon, it helps you balance out, you know, these strong emotions. So for example, I know for me, my Aquarius is in Saturn in my birth chart, and I was born during Saturn in Aquarius in a retrograde. So for me, a lot of things are just kind of shifting, and I feel very connected to what's going on in the universe, as we all should, you know, with your own placements. Knowing like your placement and your chart. So this is a period in which the successful outcome of an emotional issue is indicated. Foregoing events have developed positively in the hope for direction. An emotional, secure, and satisfying situation has been achieved. You are feeling fulfilled. You are feeling fulfilled. So with that being said, what I heard was like, with the void of course here, and what it said in this card for the fulfillment part is you're filling up this void of course, right, where emotions are concerned. And I also heard, find a creative way to release them and to cleanse anything that may be lingering that you're unsure of, in order to help you move forward in in whichever area, in whichever area that's calling to you, right? Wait. Okay, this card wanted to jump out, but it didn't. Moon in Cancer, but we did have the Sun in Pisces come out. Align yourself with love and wisdom, higher purpose. So let's see what it has to say here. A practically dreamy and philosophical phrase is indicated here, and your interest is mysticism, poetry, romance, the arts, and film will be enriching. However, this phrase can also prove distracting or even misleading. So it's important to maintain a realistic approach and sense of purpose. Meditation, yoga, tai chi, mindfulness, deep breathing techniques will align you more closely with your intuition and your connection to spirit. Okay, I'll put that on pause. Okay, hold on. Because when it said that it'll connect you closer to your intuition and your spirit, I feel like that's also what these two cards could be saying. Building that connection with yourself, right? The body, with who you are, and also what your higher purpose is at this time. You are at an impressionable phase, and your introspection and interest in life's mysteries can lead to daydreaming, false hopes, and disappointment. Avoid being misled by unscrupulous people, alcohol, drugs, and illusion. Excessive use of alcohol or drugs can lead to dependency, depression, and foolhardiness. On the other hand, if you focus on your inner power to manifest your highest self's will, you can pursue a fulfilling path toward your own nirvana. Choose your teachers well if you are on a mystical and spiritual path. Honor both it and yourself. If this card arises when you feel ready for change but cannot make a decision, look within to reconnect with your deeper wishes, to experience a sense of fulfillment. Find ways to move forward with a sense of purpose so that when you do succeed in your endeavors, you will feel accomplished. As this card also represents service to others, your task is to find activities, whether paid or unpaid, that are meaningful to you on a deeper level. You want to feel you are contributing to a broader community and are not an insignificant cog in a bigger wheel. This card asks you to connect to spirit and align your efforts in life with love, wisdom, and a higher purpose. Gee! Was that on point or what? With the fulfillment and connecting with your teachers, choosing the right teachers at this time. That made me look at this card, the Metaverse card. You're a part of the bigger picture. You're not just this little drop in all of this. No, you're a part. You are what makes up all of this. If the card could focus and you could see, right? You're a part of this whole cosmic makeup, and it's for you to see it and for you to align yourself with this purpose. I'm gonna put these away. So let's see what the tarot has to say, huh? Let's see what the tarot has to say, y'all. Whoa. Let's go too many cards. Thank you. What's happening? So we have the Ten of Pentacles and Justice. Under the deck, the Eight of Wands. Hello. And what this is telling me, again with that fulfillment. Now, you know, the Nine of Pentacles is typically the fulfillment card, and then the Ten of Pentacles would be the completion, right? 10 is complete. But okay, I heard the word absolute. Spirit said absolute, right? Opening up for this balance to take place, right? Meaning, like, everything that you've been creating, everything that you've been wishing for, and, you know, putting in work for as well, is finally gonna come out and balance. Like, the balance, yo, whoa, the sun and the moon, right? So maybe some of you guys are going through this dark period of time of the unknown and not knowing what was happening, but also just trying to keep faith that things were going to come through. And then the sun here is like, yeah, I'm back around, here we go. Time to shine light on the truth, right? Shine light on everything that you've been doing, and ready to grab a hold of. Anything else for the collective of these spirits? Okay, alright. The Queen of Cups, Nine of Wands, the Chariot, Three of Swords, and King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, so with the Queen of Cups coming out here, and I feel like these are the supportive cards, is that, like, yeah, you went through a lot in the past, that maybe things were moving a little too quick for you, in the sense, like the Chariot, it felt like you may have been getting, like, trampled over, in a sense, with what was happening, maybe emotionally, and mentally, right? It was just a lot. And now you're kind of grabbing a hold of what's going on with you. I feel like it has to do with emotionally, right? Now, this doesn't mean you have to, like, when I say emotionally, maybe you weren't feeling any emotions at all. Maybe you were trying to feel emotional, get excited about things. Maybe you weren't getting excited about things. You were just kind of like living day by day and just letting, you know, things kind of just run its course, in a sense. But all this did was kind of pile the emotions that you weren't feeling, that you needed to feel, basically, right? It was just kind of piling everything on top and causing more of a painful situation for you to deal with the Three of Swords. But now it's like you're kind of gathering I'm hearing like you're gathering yourself, putting yourself you know, together, to say, putting yourself together even with the resurrection card here, right? It's like you're emotionally, you're being born again, right? You're being born again, and even with this wreath in her hand, right? It reminds me of like Christmas time, which is, you know, the birth of Jesus Christ. But I more look at it like not his like birth, because his real birth was in Easter, right? In Easter time, but I feel like it's the birth of him when he was like crucified and he was risen. Basically, it was like a new birth for him, and that's why they celebrate it during Christmas. But we're not gonna get into all of that right now. So yeah, I feel like that's what it is. Like you guys went through a phase of dying, right? Because we have Pluto on the board with it, which is all about death and rebirth. And now you're being reborn into this new energy, all in all, you know. So let's get some clarity. We're gonna just get some clarity. Let's see. Alright, tell me about the 10 of Pentacles. Please. Thank you. We have the Lovers come out. So I heard again that balance, you know, because the Lovers is all about yin and yang, the light and the dark, you know, the good and the bad, and finally bringing all the experiences and uniting all the experiences into one. Let's see, Justice. We have the Two of Pentacles. Again, look at the yin and yang. And I hardly use this deck. This is the Thought. What is it? The Thought mini deck. Oops, why did I put it back? I hardly use this deck. But here we go again, talking about that balance, the yin and the yang. And look, if you see inside here, oh, that's funny. We have the symbol of Jupiter and the symbol of Capricorn, right? And we're moving out of Capricorn. Sagittarius. What am I talking about? Sagittarius. Pluto is moving out of Capricorn at this time, right? Slowly but surely, not right now. As I said, on March 20th, I believe, right? But yeah, so we're moving out of this dark transition of Capricorn and moving into the light here, right? You just gotta hold on tight with Jupiter there. And then we had Jupiter return come out in the the dark moon deck, as well as Sagittarius, right? Which, if you know, these planet Jupiter is all about expansion. Like what we have, abundance, fallout. Jupiter is all about expansion, growth, having fun, you know, with Sagittarius backing it there. The spontaneity of Sagittarius, the free will of Sagittarius, just, and as well as being strong-minded, knowing what they want, and, you know, doing everything in their capability to get it, right? And moving from that Capricorn, not that we're moving into Aquarius, but moving out of that Capricorn, where Capricorns are more earthly element. They're earth element, so they take their time, you know, and they very strong-willed as well. I'm going off here. All right, so let's get back into here. If you don't know, you know, look it up. Look up the signs, because we all have the signs within us, you know. For the most part, we're built up of all 12 planets, and depending on how you're born, you will have certain zodiac signs within your chart. Let's see. Okay, tell me about the sun. You know what? Let's go over here. Tell me about this Queen of Cups. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. Heavenly spiritual guides. It came out again. Abundance. Three of Cups. So with the Three of Cups here, over, let me see, the Queen of Cups. Okay, I heard emotional stability. We have the Hermit card come out. I feel like I want to get one more card. Queen of Swords and the Emperor. Okay, so what I heard was with this full moon, right, that we just had in Virgo, having the Hermit card here, is what helped us gain this emotional balance, right? Helped us kind of organize and understand where we're at mentally and spiritually, or whichever connects with you, right? Then we have the Queen of Swords and the Emperor here. It's like this, you now have that plan that you've been waiting for, right? That to help you move forward in this time. Because before it was like you're kind of all over the place. You weren't sure like what was the best decision to make. But as you sit down with yourself, meditate, do whatever it is that you need to do to connect with spirit more and more, is the more you're going to find the plan, the more you're going to feel sturdier in that plan, and the more you're going to feel like secure in that plan moving forward. So I'm going to leave the reading here, and comment down below, let me know how the reading resonated with you. And don't forget, if you ever want a free reading, all you have to do is comment in the comment section. We are the collective. And what you would do is you'll screenshot that you did that and email it to me, and you'll be able to get yourself a free reading from me. Alright, I'll see you guys next time here on Solo Light Tarot. Bye guys.